Owens, who is set to die Friday by lethal injection.
Ready.
Like and leave a comment down below.
Now, the justice has ruled Thursday that a sworn statement from a friend who testified to help convict Owens and who now says he lied to save himself from the death chamber wasn't enough to halt prison officials from putting Owen to death. Now, his execution is set for tomorrow, Friday, at 6 p.m. at the Columbia Prison for killing of the Greenville convenience store clerk in 1997. It would be South Carolina's first execution in 13 years. Owen's lawyer on Wednesday filed a statement from his co-defendant Stephen Golden saying that Owen was at the store when Irvin Graves was killed during the robbery. They said they were disappointed by the justice decision. Now, South Carolina is on the verge of executing a man for a crime he did not commit. Attorney General Bo King said in a statement, "We will continue to advocate for Mr. Owens." Now, prosecutor reiterated that several other witnesses testified that Owen told them he pulled the trigger. And just like that, last week when Golden said in a sworn statement he had a secret deal with the prosecutors that he never told about, the state Supreme Court agreed the execution should go on. Now, the justice wrote on Thursday that there's no evidence Golden had an independent attorney to talk about his recent statements, and they did not name who might have killed Graves, and Owens didn't do it. In a statement, Golden said he blamed Owens because he was high on cocaine, and the police put pressure on him by claiming they already knew the two men were going to be together and that Owens was talking. Golden also said he feared that real killer. Now, I thought the real shooter or his associate might kill me if I named him to the police. I'm still afraid of that. But Freddie was not there, Golden wrote in his statement. Golden testified that Owens' trial, saying prosecutors promised to consider his testimony in favor, but he still faced the death penalty or life in prison. He was eventually sentenced to 28 years in prison after pleading guilty to a lesser charge of voluntary manslaughter, according to the court's records. Now, I'm coming forward now because I know Freddie's execution date is September 20th, and I don't want Freddie to be executed for something he didn't do. This has weighed heavily on his mind, and he wanted to have a clear conscience, Godin written in his statement. Prosecutors have said Godin wasn't the only evidence linking to Owen to the crime, since the other friend testified that, along with Owens, had planned to rob the store. Those friends said Owens bragged to them about killing Graves. His former girlfriend also testified that he confessed to killing. Prosecutors argued last week that Godin's decision to change his story shouldn't be enough to stop the execution because he now admits to lying under oath, thereby showing that he cannot be trusted to tell the truth. There is no indication that Godin will testify. There is no reasons to why Owens wouldn't admit to the shooting Miss Graves to officers, his girlfriend, and his mother if he was not the shooter, as of now claimed. The state attorney general's office wrote in the court's papers. Also on Thursday, a group called South Carolinians for Alternatives to the Death Penalty presented a petition with more than 10,000 signatures to Governor Henry McMaster's office asking him to reduce Owen's sentence to life in prison. Justice Workers for Restorations, you cannot restore someone who you killed, said the group's execution director, Rev. Hillary Taylor, as she read from one of the comments on the petitions. McMasters, a Republican, has said he will wait to announce that his decision on clemency until prison officials calls him minutes before the execution begins. Owens would be the first person executed in South Carolina in 13 years after the state struggled to obtain the drugs needed for lethal injection because companies refused to sell them if they could be publicly identified. The state added a firing squad option and passed a shield law to keep much of the details of executions private. The state Supreme Court then cleared the way for the death chamber to open or reopen this summer. Now, five other inmates are also out of appeals, and the state can schedule executions every 5 weeks. And once again, thank you for watching. If you like the content I'm bringing you, please like, subscribe to the channel.